Hello everyone, this is the X-Allosaurus as the great hybrid war submission just close to a date. A lot of people submitting their hybrid against to fight against the Indom 2.0. I decided to make the hybrid for my own, and with my help, Draco Diamond, just call him Draco in general, to make a formidable hybrid that can take on or even defeat Indom 2.0 in a 1v1 scenario. Well, these two fights, I tried to make these things even. So yeah, in this hybrid, I decided to make it a herbivore, and I gotta add some of the components to further increases is hostility towards the Indom 2.0, because some of the components are known to live alongside or even fight against the components used for the Indom 2.0. And here's the component of my hybrid. First, we use the genome of the Stegosaurus, which it has the vagabizers on its tail, so it can swing its deadly tails at Indom 2.0 and critically injures the Indom 2.0 as it gets too close. Next, I'm going to use the DNA of a Triceratops, specifically the Triceratops horridus. So our hybrid have the ability to attack on the front and behind due to the courtesy of the Stegosaurus and Triceratops genome. Next, we have the Adamantonia genome. The reason why I did not use X-Allosaurus, instead I used the Adamantonia, is because the Adamantonia has the thickest and most durable shell out of all the X-Allosaurs. So that means the Adamantonia's armor is far more durable than any other X-Allosaurus, including X-Allosaurus itself. Though it did not have the club, but it is a well-defended armor, can easily compensate this. Next, we have the Megatherium to increase the size of its forearms, so it can swing its claws to intimidate the Indom 2.0 or any other potential attackers. Next, we have the Recurrent jellyfish, one of the most venomous creatures to ever live on the planet. This venom will be applied on the vagabizers, so whenever Indom 2.0 attacked this herbivorous hybrid and got hit by the vagabizers, even with Indom 2.0's venom resistance, that venom will probably still going to affect her in some way. Because even though the Indom 2.0 has a genome of a short-tailed shrew, I honestly don't really think it can fully immune the venom of the recurrent jellyfish. Oh, by the way, the horn attack does not inflict the venom, so you don't have to worry about it. And next, we have the next component is the Doedicurus. Yeah, that pretty armadillo things. Okay, so here's the thing. We have the Adamantonia for his armor on his upper back of his body. For the Doedicurus genome, though, I can apply the armor to the thighs, which I don't know, more armor and it's gonna be better. And similarly, I'm gonna add this kit for the gastropod as a armor on the front limbs. The penultimate spot for the genome contributors, I'm gonna use the hippopotamus gorgops. So this hybrid is semi-aquatic, but also further increases its aggressiveness. Whenever When a potential threat enters its territory, it will react aggressively. So yeah, it will have it has the hippo's genome, and you know hippos are the aggressive son of a god when we enter the turf and that is stuff. And lastly, I'm gonna use the genome of an African elephant. So this hybrid can live in a herd. Well, most of the time they prefer the solitary lifestyle, but in some occasions they can live in a herd to have better chance to protect themselves. We of the 9 genome contributors, we made a hybrid called Gladiolorcatus, which means the sword, shield, golden armor. The male individual has a shiny gold compared to the female. So female has a much duller gold and is much weaker than the males. It also has like small horns and small thagomizers, so a lot of time we're gonna send out our biggest and most aggressive and strongest male to confront the Indom 2.0. Yeah. Okay, here's the stats. Its length is 10.8 meters long, and its height is 6.58 meters tall, 2.3 meters when crouch, which normally is gonna like stay quadruped. When biped, which it raises up its claws, it's gonna be that tall. And weight is 23.6 tons. Yeah, that is one hefty hybrid, you could say. Anyway, this hybrid, the Gladiolorcatus, it has the ability to attack from the front and behind, and try to attack its rear. The Indom will be greeted with his poised tail spikes. But that is if the Indom attempt to ambush it. If it's direct confrontation, the Gladiolorcatus will first rears up, swinging its claws for intimidation. If the Indom is not intimidated, Gladiolorcatus will hunker down like the defensive posture of an X-Allosaurus. Though because of the arms is longer than any other X-Allosaurus or most herbivorous dinosaurs in general, it's a little bit difficult for it to retain the posture for long. And this neck is slightly more exposed compared to most other dinosaurs, but that doesn't matter because it has the bony frills of a Triceratops. And there's a reason why I use Stegosaurus and Triceratops as a genome contributor, because the Indom 2.0 has the genome of a Tyrannosaurus and a Saurophagonax, now Allosaurus inax. And Stegosaurus and Allosaurus, they fight against each other. The same thing goes to the Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus. So adding the Stegosaurus and Triceratops genome will make the Gladiolorcatus naturally aware of Indom 2.0's presence, and will behave accordingly when Indom 2.0 makes its appearance. When it comes to battle, the results might vary depending on the circumstances. If Indom 2.0 is smart enough to make a spear for his own and attempt to ambush the Gladiolorcatus from behind and caught it off guard, I think that Indom 2.0 has a winning chance of 70 to 80%. But in a frontal confrontation, it's going to be a completely different story. And the Gladiolorcatus will most likely win the fight in a similar ratio at around 60 to 70%. But Indom 2.0 will have a bigger chance of winning if it can use its self-made tools like the spear to pierce through the Gladiator's vulnerable or underside of the neck. Yeah, I was talking about his throat. Well, you know, you can only if you can bite the throat of a Gladiator's without getting stabbed from the side by the Gladiator's Thagomizers. Like I said, the Gladiator's venom uses irreconcilable jellyfish, and even though the Indom 2.0 has the short tail shrew genome, I don't think it can resist the irreconcilable jellyfish's venom, and so yeah, the venom things that's just it's gonna be a hypothesis. Yeah, a hypothesis, I mean. So either the Indom 2.0 will get heavily injured, or the venom just killed it outright. The latter is less likely to occur, since it still has some venom resistance, just not fully immune. So yeah, here's the hybrid that has been made by me and Draco Diamond. And we believe that Glido Aegis is the perfect rival for Indom 2.0. And yeah, these two are evenly matched, in my opinion. Both have the ability to inflict like a fatal blow at each other. And that's today's video, and I can't wait to submit our powerful hybrid to fight against that infamous Indom 2.0 to see who can come on top.